Hi there, this is Donna. If you are watching this video, it's because I've directed you to follow a level 1 diastasis safe core program. It might be immediately after you've had your baby or somewhere down the line where we need to figure out how to rehab your core. Diastasis rectus abdominis is something that we sometimes see where the abdominal wall doesn't quite close after having a baby. It's important that you have a qualified professional diagnose you with this and lead you toward an appropriate rehabilitation program. So if you're watching this through me, welcome and take your time. What you're looking for is maintaining control. When I say engage your pelvic floor, you're going to be contracting your pelvic floor muscles as though you are picking up a candy or a jelly bean with your vagina or anal sphincter or both. And you're making sure that you're not doing something that's too challenging where your abdominal wall domes or peaks. So I'm going to get you to bring your hands for some of these exercises where you're drawing your abdominal muscles together toward the midline and helping support that control, okay? So the first thing we want to do is make sure that you get down on the mat appropriately. This takes a little less than 10 minutes, so if you could do this every day, take a pause if you need to, and then we can regroup if you have any questions in clinic. So you're going to make sure that you're sliding down onto the mat so you don't engage your abs, and then you're going to lay flat on your back. What we're looking for here is an awareness of your pelvic floor and an awareness of your abdominal wall. What we want to rehabilitate essentially is the zipper. What I use as the word, the terminology is a zipper that runs from your pelvic floor, tailbone, all the way up to your xiphoid process. And then basically monitoring what's happening as we do this. So when I ask you to be engaging your core, you don't hold your breath, you contract your pelvic floor, and you draw your abdominals. Don't suck them in, it's not a sucking action, it's a tightening action of your abdominal wall. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to engage our core, so pelvic floor contraction, abdominal wall tightening. Draw your abdominals in, and you're going to gently do, while you're maintaining that, this is a little hard to do on my yoga mat, but heel slides. I've got good control. I'm feeling for the doming. And I'm just gently sliding my heel in and out on my right side. It might work better if you have a little plastic bag underneath your right heel. Let's just do one more on the right. And back up to center. And we'll just switch that to the other side, regroup, take a breath. And very gently engage your core and heel slide on your left. And back to center on your left. Either 5 to 10 on each side, or you could shoot for 30 seconds each of them at this point, right? Once again, just regroup, take a nice gentle breath in, and exhale. And again, if you have a confirmed diastasis, you're going to make sure that you support your abdominal wall and maybe draw your muscles a little bit toward midline. We're going to do gentle heel marching. So right leg comes up with control, your core is engaged, and back down again. If you start to lose control or you're not sure what you're doing, just stop and regroup. And we'll do one more each side, nice and easy. Good. Take a breather, relax everything. Take a nice gentle breath in and out. And reestablish your connection to your core. Lower your right leg down for straight leg raises. With this one, we want our entire leg straight, so every muscle is engaged. Contract and engage your pelvic floor and your core. And lift, probably to the level of the other foot, with control, and back down again. You're going to feel that in your leg as well as a little bit in your core here. If you're rocking side to side in a big way, try to stabilize and feel what you're doing and slow things down. We're going to do 10 on our right. And back to center. Left side. Take a breather, re-engage pelvic floor and core, approximate your abdominal wall, and left side straight leg raises. You can tell I don't rush this. And take a break, back to center. Big breath in and out. Next up, we're going to do bridging. Not a lot of involvement of the abdominal wall, but generally a strengthening exercise that I recommend. So coming up off the bed or off the mat, make sure your pelvis is level. You can definitely engage your pelvic floor here. Maybe tighten your abdominal wall a little bit. If this pose is too easy for you, I want you to bring your arms up. Now you can start with 10-second hold, work your way up from there. Ideally, I'd like to see you start to hold this for about 30 seconds to a minute. If this is too easy or you want a bit more challenge or just a variation, you can do gentle repeats of bridge pose, up and down. Get those glutes strengthened. Helps with our pelvic floor strength as well. And definitely safe to do. All right, we'll do one more. And lower down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a variation of a core exercise where your hips and your knees and your ankle is at 90 degrees. Zipper up, so pelvic floor contraction, engage your core, bring your abdominal wall with support, and we're gonna do what I call mini bikes. So we're just gonna straighten our right leg, lower it down to hover, come back up and back in. Now, if you found that you're doming or peaking, then it's too advanced for you. So don't do this one if that's the case, and double check with your therapist. You'll notice how slow and deliberate I am with my exercises. Last one. And back here. Take a break, regroup, catch your breath if you need to, and switch sides. Left leg, 90, 90, 90. Engage your pelvic floor. Be mindful of engaging your core and protecting yourself and monitoring yourself, most importantly, and then start your mini bikes. If this was too difficult for me, you'd see me balloon my belly, okay? And if that's the case, back off. And a way to back off, if you're able to do a bit of this, you could just shorten the out and back and do little ones, or you can progress all the way down. Do 3 more, I guess. Last one. And back to center. Take a breath. You can just bring your knees into your chest if you'd like, and just rock your back out. Basically get a breather. So I'm going to get you to stand up now. You're going to roll to your side, protecting your abdominal wall. Push yourself up, and then come up to a standing position. Two of the other things that I would recommend at this stage are either chair squats or chair pose in yoga. So chair pose, you are going to just take a seat like there's an imaginary chair behind you. Make sure you can see your toes. Put the weight of your body on your heels and engage your core. So you're picking up your pelvic floor, you're engaging your abs. Arms can be up or arms can be at the center here. And if you want a challenge, you could just do very small little squats. All right, you would do that for about 30 seconds to a minute. And the last one I'll get you to do are wall push-ups. So it's not that easy to see, but you're gonna come to the wall, step back from the wall, and just do gentle lean in and lean back. And you do about 5 to 10 of those at a time. So when you're doing these exercises, you're always going to be aware of maybe engaging your pelvic floor and your abdominal wall. You are not holding your breath at any point in the exercise, and you're going to be monitoring yourself the whole time for a diastasis or for a doming. If things seem too difficult for you, where you have to hold your breath, you have to cheat, then you take a step back and we review. This is essentially my level 1, and then there obviously is going to be a progression from here.